next 15 minutes, we will be discussing a topic which is actually quite familiar with the shipping community. But you know, for the rest of the clusters, it might seem a bit distant, but it's not, Mr. Taquis. So we will be discussing the strategic importance between Greece and Panama, the importance of building this relationship further, of boosting this relationship, of doing something, to take it a step forward. And, you know, we're a bit blessed by the organizers. Why? Not because of the topic, but because of the person we're hosting here to discuss the topic. So we're discussing here with Mr. Taquis, Ambassador Taquis, because the title remains, right?
I think
of course, always. It's like a minister. You know, I will call you Tony because I know you very well and I cannot pretend.
Yes.
So, you know, Tony is in shipping, Tony is in real estate, Tony is a banker. He's also a former ambassador of Panama in various countries in the Balkans, including Greece, Bulgaria, Romania, and many others, Cyprus. He has represented Panama in various international organizations. And most of all, he's a very active businessman. He's the chairman and CEO of the Panama Shipping Agency Services. He's also, as I told you, in real estate. He has investments in Greece, investment in Panama, investment in the United States. So, you know, Tony, the first question I want to ask you relates to the recent visit of the foreign minister to Panama. So, Foreign Minister Dendias was welcomed in Panama by Ambassador Taquis, and some days after, the opening of the Greek embassy in Panama City was announced for the first time. So my sources say that you did some important things there with the minister, right?
Yes. Okay, thank you for your kind words, Vasily.
My pleasure.
We have the opportunity on February the 10th to welcome Minister Dendias to Panama. It's the first time that the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Greece has gone to Panama. And the result of the visit is the formalization and the announcement of the opening of the Greek embassy in Panama. We have been trying for many years to do the lobby with different governments to achieve this goal. And we want to congratulate the Prime Minister, Mitsotakis, and Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dendias, for putting not only Panama on the spot, but putting Latin America on the spot. Because Panama is the gate for Latin America in all aspects, in maritime, in diplomatic, in logistics. So thank God we have an ambassador has been announced, and in the next few months, the embassy will open to promote the business of Greece in Latin America and Panama, in enhancing the diplomatic efforts of Greece in all the region through Panama, and, of course, of safeguarding the interest of ship owners while their ships go through Panama. We have to remind ourselves that 25% of the ships going through Panama are from Greek interests. So we will have a naval admiral, there will be a consulate, and there will be the right protection for our Greek ship owners while in Panama.
So, you know, Tony will never say that, but I'm allowed to say that. But, you know, you used to be also a senior advisor of the president of Panama.
Yes.
You've been a banker, you've been the deputy president, deputy chairman of the Union of Panamanian Bankers.
Yes.
You've been in the Chamber of Commerce. So I guess that you know everyone in Panama.
Yes.
It's not a very big country. And you were, you had a very solid presence.
Yes.
So if we have you, why we need an ambassador? And what I want to say is that, what's the utility of the ambassador there?
The utility of our efforts is not only to facilitate a property for the embassy, but also to use our networks in Panama to facilitate the job of Greece through the ambassador. This is very important. And again, not only in Panama, but our networks in the region. In 2008, I will give a small example of this. In 2008, there was an approach done to me by the then president of the International Committee of the General Assembly of Greece, of the General Parliament, and he asked me why Panama had supported the name of Republic of Macedonia. And I said to him that nobody had approached us as Panama to talk about this issue. Again, we have to know that up to today, the representation of Greece in Panama is done through the Embassy of Mexico, which is 3.5 hours away from Panama. So I told him that it is something that we can work it out from now on, but at the moment, there is no representation of Greece in Panama. It goes through Mexico. So we started from then, and then after I finished my diplomatic duties then, with different governments, trying to do lobby about this and the importance of Greece, especially nowadays, with all the realignment that is being done in the world. For example, we had recently the Foreign Affairs Minister of India visiting Panama. As you know, India is the 5th economy in the world. So they have shown interest in developing and enhancing relations. It's the first time that Panama receives such a figure, important figure from India. Also, 1 year ago, the Foreign Affairs Minister of Turkey visited Panama. So they know, as we also know as Greeks, that the gate through Latin America is through Panama.
You know, one might say, and indeed, that Mr. Taquis, Ambassador Taquis, is a benefactor. And why? He's providing the building, he's covering costs, he's facilitating things with his network. And you know, I want to ask you this question. Let's pretend that I'm the new ambassador to Panama. What would be your first advice to me? I want a piece of advice about how to operate, what to do to facilitate this relationship.
Okay, my first advice to him will be to understand the Panama way of thinking. It's to understand, to have the proper guidance, to assist him properly, to have himself agreed to assist him in developing by himself a network. I am there to assist. Also, we have to mention an important part of the assistance from Panama is not only from me, but from the Greek diaspora that is in Panama. We have an important Greek community that is supporting these efforts to opening of the embassy. So soon the ambassador's name will be announced, and but from his career and from his background, I think it would be the first good. It's a very good choice by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, then Diaz, to go for him to go to Panama.
Okay, you have also a tropical climate, so I guess he will have a good time there.
He will have a good time there, no problem with that.
Okay, let's take it a step forward. We know the importance of Panama for the Greek shipping community. We know the importance of the flag. We know the importance of the canal. Let's say that I'm a Greek industrialist and I want to expand my export base. And I see Latin America as a fundamental, let's say, place to operate. Can Panama assist in this way? Can it act as a trade hub for Greek industries?
Yes, of course. Panama is an ideal place for investment, especially for Greeks. There have been inquiries about Greeks most of them in terms of the logistics side for this. We also have to take consideration that Panama has the US dollar as a legal tender. So this is something that provides some kind of safety for possible investors. Now, from our side, the Greek side, we have to know that before COVID, there were more than 400,000 Latin Americans visiting Greece. Most of them used Panama as a hub because our national airline, the national airline of Greece is Copa Airlines, which is Star Alliance, same as Aegean Airlines. So this, through the opening of the embassy, will enhance even further the promotion of Greece, not only again in Panama, but in Latin America as a hub of the Americas.
Okay. We understood that Panama is a very important place for business, for Greek businesses, for economic diplomacy and stuff. But is it also a politically important country? I know you have the UN regional center there.
Yes.
This kind of stuff.
Yes. Panama is right now like the Geneva of the area. There is the Latin American Parliament, which its headquarters are in Panama. The regional offices of the United Nations are in Panama. The Caribbean parliament, we can say it's like a semi-parliament it is located in Panama. So Panama is a good place for meetings within the different state leaders. Panama as a country is a country for reconciliation between parties. Panama has very good relations with all countries in Latin America. And it is important that, and of course with the United States, with China, it has signed many free trade agreements with countries like China, with countries like the US. So in this case, for Greek interests, this is the way to go, and given the importance and the relevance that the opening of the embassy has based on all that I mentioned.
One last question. You know, Greece is very powerful in shipping, and our heavy industry is also tourism. How can we work with Panama to increase, tourist flows from Latin America to
Either is happening. Either is happening. There is the Grace group that have some investments in Panama in the terms of tourism. I have been approached by different families, like the Daskalandonakis family, in trying to opening of a center for reservations, for a center for promotion of Greece in the area, using Panama as a hub. So again, Panama is very important for the tourist. Now, if you want to come to Panama, all the major airlines go directly from Europe to Panama. You have KLM, you have Iberia, you have Air France, you have Turkish Airlines. Some of them are Star Alliance, same as Copa. So this facilitates a lot the connections that are being made not only from Panama as a starting point, from Latin America to Greece.
Okay, let's close with this. Let's think that I'm a genie, and you have, let's say, not two wishes from the Greek government for the relationship with Latin America and Panama. What these two wishes would be?
What will be the two wishes? Okay. One is for Greece to solidify its presence in the area. I think that it's the first time I could say that we had the attention that Latin America was an important topic for this government, at least, and understand that right now in times of alignments, and it's very important to open political and economic doors generally. The other wish will be, and this was really a joke, to have Remo going to Panama to sing for us.
That would be the wish of many persons, I guess.
Yes, but he, and as a matter of fact, he's going to come hopefully this year, and many people from all the countries in Latin America will go see his show in Panama. So, there's the cultural part of promotion of the Greek way in Latin America also.
That's also diplomacy, right? Huh? It's soft power, it's diplomacy, right?
Yes, of course, of course.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Vasily. Thank you very much for your time. Yeah.